Hi, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes, Divya.
Okay, let's continue. And about the timing, actually, I spoke with 6 o'clock students. They are okay with 7 o'clock. So I'll continue this batch at this timing only. Okay,
Yeah,
7
that's
p.m. to 8 p.m.
okay. May I know when it will start? It will continue or else?
It will continue actually. Whatever I'm teaching in demo classes, I won't repeat it again. If necessary, if you have any doubts, I'll clarify. But this is, you can consider this as actual classes only.
Okay, from tomorrow onwards, the same timings.
Same timings.
Okay, okay.
That
That's
students 6 o'clock students will join us from Monday till that till Monday. I will complete all the concepts for you, whatever I taught to them. From
okay. Sure.
today also I didn't take to class for them. I just asked about the timings and I just asked them to join on Monday, so that we two concepts I need to cover for you. I can finish those two concepts till Monday for you.
Okay, sure. Thank
Great.
you. Let's
That,
start.
that's
Mm.
fine. Yeah, let's continue. So yesterday we understood how to create database, activating database. We created our first table. We inserted some data into the table, and to display the output, we will use select command, right? Only one thing is left over. That is, we need to understand what is char and varchar. Correct. So let me explain about char and varchar here. First of all, character data. Whenever we wanted to store any kind of textual data, we can either use char or varchar. But what is char, what is varchar in the sense? Obviously, yesterday only I said that we will define size whenever we are defining character data, right? So what is the difference between char and varchar? Actually, this is one of the important interview questions. Difference between char and varchar. So what will happen? Suppose for the same employee name column, I'm defining char as a data type and I'm defining size as 10. This 10 size in the sense, as I said yesterday, each you know character will occupy 1 byte of memory. Here we are allocating 10 bytes of memory, and in each byte we can store one character. That means we can enter up to 10 characters in this employee name column. But whenever we are entering any data, what will happen? Just a second. Suppose I'm taking one box here. I'm dividing this box into 10 parts, 10 small boxes. So what will happen at the backend whenever we are defining some size? I defined employee name column. For employee name column, I defined char as a data type and I gave 10 as a size. And suppose in my employee name, I entered John as my first, as my employee name. So J will take one box, O will take one box, H and N. As I said, each character will take each byte, right? We have 10 bytes of memories here, 10 boxes I took. In each box, I kept one character. That means 4 bytes are covered. Yes, 4 bytes are occupied here with 4 characters. Still, we are left over with 6 bytes of memory. Correct? 6 boxes are left over. That means 6 bytes of memory is left over. So whenever we define char as data type, what will happen in all whatever leftover memory is there, in all that bytes, it will be covered with the blank spaces. It will occupy all the bytes of the memory whatever we defined. I defined 10 here, so all the 10 bytes of memory will be used for employee name column only. If I required only 4 bytes also, remaining bytes of memory it will occupy, it will just give with blank spaces. That means here, if we use char data type, memory wastage is taking place unnecessarily. We don't need 10 bytes of memory, right? For a 4 letter word, only 4 bytes are enough. But still, whatever bytes are remaining are there, that remaining bytes of memory is also being used for the employee name column only, just by occupying, just by giving with blank spaces. So I can say our memory is being wasted here whenever we are using char data type. Okay, whereas suppose if I use varchar here, I'll just write it here. Suppose for the same employee name column, if I define varchar as a data type and if I define size as 10, okay, uh, Sai Krishna, I guess this is your you are attending today only, right, Sai Krishna? Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, actually, hi. Yesterday we started this demo class. This is our second demo. Uh, Before starting, can I know, do you have any basic knowledge on SQL, or are you completely new to SQL?
No, ma'am, I have the knowledge.
Okay, great. So yesterday what I explained, I explained about the user interface of MySQL. I shown how to create the database, how to create table, and about data types. Once again, I'll just repeat it quickly for you. Okay.
Not required,
Uh,
ma'am. I am aware on that.
that's great then. Okay. I'm just explaining about the difference between char and varchar. For we have data types, right? Like numerical data type, character
Yeah,
data type,
yeah.
and date data type.
Char into float, double long.
Right, correct. So for int and float, we will use for numerical data type, char and varchar for textual data type, right? So what
Yeah,
is the difference between char and varchar? I'm explaining now. Okay,
yeah.
great. So if we define varchar data type for employee name, what will happen? Suppose I define varchar here, and I'm using same John as in my employee name. Here also, again 6 bytes of memory will be left over, right? What will happen if we define varchar? This 6 bytes of memory won't be used with the employee name column. It will be given back to the database itself. Again, it will be given back whatever bytes of memory will be left over here. All those bytes of memory will be given back to the database. That means here memory won't be wasted. Whatever, how much memory will be required, that much memory only will be used for this particular employee name column. If we defined varchar, the remaining bytes of memory will be given back to the database. So in varchar, memory won't be wasted. In char, memory will be wasted. Because of this reason, mostly in real time we will use varchar only, because we don't want to waste our memory, right? Am I clear? This is the main point, main difference of char and varchar. So char, we will call it as fixed length variable, fixed length data type, actually fixed length data type, because it is fixed. Suppose if I gave 10 as a size, or else if I gave 20 as a size, that will be fixed. All that 10 bytes of memory or 20 bytes of memory will be used to the employee name column. That is the reason we will call it as fixed length data type. Whereas varchar, we will call it as variable length data type, variable length data type, because how much size we define also no problem, according to the variable length, that is how many characters we are using, how many characters we are giving, according to that length only the size will be used, right? Just now we saw, if I am entering John, only 4 bytes will be used, remaining 6 bytes will be given back to the database. So according to my variable length, variable is nothing but character length, I can say, according to that length only it will take the size here in varchar. That is the reason it is also called as variable length data type. We can call char as fixed length data type. Okay, and one more difference I can say, here in char we can store up to 555 characters only. Up to 555 characters only we can store, in char. In varchar we can store up to 64,532 characters. Okay, some 64,000 characters we can store in varchar. In char only 255 characters. Okay, this is one more difference. But the main point is whatever I said previously. Okay, in char memory will be wasted. In varchar memory won't be wasted. Right? This is the first important point. Memory will be wasted here, because how much. Suppose if I am defining 100 as a size here in char, and I used only 10 letter word. Okay, I want only 10, I'm entering only 10 characters here, but still I'm defining 100 as a size. Irrespective of how much I'm entering, it will use completely 100 characters here. 100 bytes of memory will be used for employee name only. Remaining, suppose 10, in 10 characters, I entered 10 letter word, 10 bytes will be used. Remaining 90 bytes will be occupied with blank spaces, as I just shown you previously, right? So here memory will be wasted. Whereas in varchar, suppose if I define 100 here and I entered only 10 characters also, it will use only 10 bytes of memory. Remaining 90 bytes of memory will be given back to the database. So memory won't be used in, memory won't be wasted in varchar. And because of that, this reason, mostly we will use varchar only in real time. Okay, in which scenarios we can use char, in the sense, suppose if we know what kind of data we are entering, how much data we are entering. Suppose we are using gender column. In gender, we know we will enter either male or female. So how many characters we need, we know, right? So in that scenarios, we can use char. Or else if we don't bother about memory, also sometimes we can use char, but mostly we prefer to use varchar, because we don't unnecessarily want to waste our memory, right? Because of that reason. I hope I'm clear about difference between char and varchar. Very important interview question. Any doubts? All right. Hi, Tapas. Let me tell you once again. I said previously you attended late, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 7 o'clock time is okay for us. I spoke with 6 o'clock students. They are okay. They will only join in this batch. Okay. So I'll continue at this time only, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. IST.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Great. So 6 o'clock students will join us from Monday. Till Monday, I'll complete the concepts for you. I need to cover sub-languages and integrity constraints for you. Only two topics. We can finish it till Monday. From Monday, I can continue by combining both the batches. Okay. If anything is left over also, I can continue on Monday. They will listen once again. No problem. Okay. Only two concepts are left over. Sub-languages and integrity constraints. Today, we are going to start sub-language concept. Okay. So as I said yesterday, sub languages. SQL has 5 types of sub languages. Okay. So we have some commands in SQL. All the commands are divided into 5 sub languages. Those are DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, and DQL. Okay. And we have some commands in each sub language, as is shown you yesterday one picture. Let me show you once again. These are the commands. Okay, in DDL is nothing but data definition language. We have create, drop, alter, truncate, and rename. In DML, insert, update, delete. DCL, grant and revoke. TCL, commit, rollback, and save point. DQL, select command. Let's see one by one, all of them. Okay, so first DDL, that is nothing but data definition language. Okay, so we have commands, some commands under DDL. Those are create, drop, alter, truncate, and rename. We have 5 commands in it. Let's see one by one. So first one, create command, we already saw yesterday. I'm not repeating again. So create command is actually used to create any database object, right? Yesterday only we saw database objects are nothing but it can be tables, views, stored procedures. Yesterday we just saw about the create syntax for creating tables only, and what is the create syntax for creating views in stored procedures we will see in that particular classes. Okay, so just the same, I'm just copying here. I'm not explaining. We are already finished yesterday. We are already done with create command yesterday, right? So next, let me explain about drop command. Okay. So drop command is used to remove any table or database permanently. Or else I can say any table permanently from database. Okay, if I wanted to remove any table, suppose we will create some tables, right? After creating the table, if I wanted to remove that table, then we will use drop command. So just to show you about the drop command, let me create one more table. Okay, so I'm just copying the same employees table syntax and I'm just changing the name. First thing what we need to do, we need to activate the database. To activate the database, we need to use command. I need to say use SQL 7, right? I'm first activating the database. Here we have already employees table. Suppose if I once again execute this employees table, it will throw me error stating table already exists, because always we need to give the table name uniquely. If we are again executing once again, if you are trying to create the table once again with the same name, it will throw us error. So let me just make a little bit change here. I'm giving table name as employees 1. Okay, just to show you about this drop command, I'm creating one more table with the same table with just with a different name. Let's insert the same data. I'm copying this insert command which we wrote yesterday. We need to change table name to employees 1. If you remember, I said MySQL is case insensitive. If we use capital letters, small letters, no problem. Okay, so anything is fine. I'm inserting the data once again. The data got inserted. Let me select the data. Select star from employees 1. Okay, I got the table, right? Let me refresh. You can see now we have employees and employees 1, two tables we have, right? So let's see about drop. What is drop in the sense? Suppose if I wanted to remove the table, I can use drop command. Not only tables, actually, if we wanted to remove database also, we will use drop command. Okay, but to remove the table, the syntax will be drop table table name. Okay, to remove the database, the syntax will be drop database database name. Okay, like that. Now let's try to remove our table. Drop table, our table name is employees 1, right? So let me execute. It got executed, and if you can see from here, employees 1 is removed. Now I'm having only employees. If now I select, if I display this employees 1 data, it will just throw me error stating table doesn't exist, right? Employees 1 that doesn't exist because we just removed the table. By using drop command, we can remove the table completely and permanently from the database. Table in the sense, the table name, table structure, whatever data we inserted inside the table, the complete table will be removed, right? I hope it is clear. Perfect. Next we have alter command. In alter, by using alter, actually we can use alter in 5 ways. We have 5 use cases. Let's learn one by one. Okay, in 5 different ways we can use alter command. So the first one is alter is used to add new column in the existing table. Okay, suppose we already created the table. After creating the table, if we wanted to add any new column, for example, usually while creating the table itself, we will define the column names, right? In create table syntax only, we will define the column names. We created employees table with 4 columns: employee ID, employee name, salary, date of joining. Just now I realized I wanted to add one more column in the same table. So like that, whenever we wanted to add a new column in the already created table or already existed table, we will use alter command, and the syntax will be like alter table table name. We will use a keyword called as add column column name, and every time whenever we are defining any column, we need to define data type also. We know that, right? In create syntax also, while defining column names, we define data type, right? Column names and particular data type. Here also, whenever we are defining column names, we need to define data type. So alter table table name, usually what is the meaning of alter? Alter is nothing but change, right? We are just trying to change the structure of the table. What change we are expecting? We wanted to add a column, and what column name, what data type we are adding, we will just mention. Okay, so let's see. Alter table table name is employees, add column name. I'll give the column name as bonus, and for bonus maybe I'll give data type as float because it will accept decimal values also. Bonus is my new column which I wanted to add in employees table. Let's execute. It got executed successfully. Let's refresh. Employees, you can see now I got bonus column also, right? And now if I display the data, it will show me this new column as well. But as I didn't inserted data, it will just show me null values in that column. You can see bonus column is added. I didn't give any values till now, so it is just showing me null values. Okay, so this is the first use case of alter command. Whenever we wanted to add a new column, we can use alter. And the second use case is alter is again a use to remove any column from the existing table. Okay, suppose we created one table and then we realized we don't want any particular column in that table, we wanted to remove that column. Again we will use alter command only. Suppose same employees table, now I don't want this bonus column, I wanted to remove this bonus column. So to remove the column also we will use alter command, and the syntax will be like alter table name drop. Here we need to use a keyword called as drop column name. Okay, that's it. Alter table name is employees, drop column, maybe bonus column, whatever I just added I'm removing it. Okay, so usually drop command we will use to remove the table. Here we are saying drop table name, and if you wanted to remove database we will say drop database name. Okay, drop table name, drop database name. Here we are saying drop column name, but we need to use drop inside alter. To remove the column directly we can't use drop, we need to use drop inside alter. Okay, so let me execute this. Let me refresh. You can see now bonus is removed. If we execute select star from employees, it will just show us our previous table data without bonus, right? Bonus is removed by using alter command. So if you want to add any new column, also alter only. If you want to remove any column also, we will use alter command only. And third use case is alter is used to change data type of any column in the existing table. Okay, so if I wanted to change the data type, just now we understood about the difference between char and varchar. If I'm using char, the memory will be wasted, so I don't want to use char. I wanted to change the data type of my employee name data type from char to varchar. So definitely whenever we wanted to change the data type, again we will use alter command only, and the syntax will be alter table name. We'll use a keyword called as modify column modify column name old data type to new data type, or else just a second, modify column name directly we can give new data type. Okay, yes, alter table name, that is employees, modify, we are modifying is nothing but changing, right? So modify column name employee name with a new data type. I wanted to give varchar of 10 maybe. Okay, now let's check. Let me execute. Let's refresh. Now you can see I got varchar, right? See, I'm writing all the syntaxes here. Definitely, every concept, whatever we do in SQL, we need to know the syntaxes. Don't worry, if you are completely new to SQL, you might think how to remember all these things, but it is easy actually. We can try to understand the concept, and we can remember all the syntaxes with practice, no problem. Okay, definitely we need to remember, no other option, but it is easy to remember. It's not that hard. With practice we can able to remember all these things. Okay, so to change the data type also we will use alter command only, but whatever syntaxes I told, I mean we explained or we discussed till now, starting, right from starting, like to create database, create table, all the syntaxes are same for all the databases. We are using MySQL, but if we use SQL Server, Oracle SQL, everywhere all the database, I mean all the syntaxes are same except this syntax. Okay, because modify keyword is not available, we won't use modify keyword in SQL Server or Oracle SQL or any other databases. Only in MySQL this is the syntax. Okay, in MySQL this is the syntax. In all the other databases like SQL Server, the syntax will be alter table, table name. Modify keyword won't be available then. There again we need to use once again alter command only. Okay, alter column name, new data type. Remaining everything is same, all the syntaxes are same in every database, but only this syntax we don't use modify here. Again we need to use alter. In all the other databases in MySQL we will use modify keyword. That is the only change. Okay, just for knowledge purpose I'm saying this syntax also. If you use any other database you need to follow this syntax. Okay, so these are about the three use cases: to add a new column, to remove the column, and to change the data type. We use alter commands only. Okay, next let's see about the fourth use case. So fourth use case of alter command is it is used to remove, it is used to rename any column name. If I wanted to change any column name, if I wanted to rename any column name from the existing table, of course, we need to use alter command only. Suppose alter table, and the syntax will be alter table table name. Suppose in employees table I'm having employee ID, employee name, salary, date of joining. If I wanted to change this DOJ to complete date of joining, I mean if I wanted to rename column name, we will use alter command, and the syntax will be like alter table table name, rename column old column name to new column name. Okay, so alter table, table name is employees, rename column old column name. I wanted to change this DOJ to date of joining. Okay, I'm just changing this column name to this. So to change the column name, we will use alter command only. Let me execute. Let me refresh. Now you can see I got date of joining, new column name, right? These are the four use cases of alter command: to add a new column, to remove the column, to change the data type, and to rename any column. We will use alter command only. And the last and the fifth use case is that alter command is used to add primary key in the already existing table. Suppose first we created the table. In the already existing table, if I wanted to add a primary key, I will use alter command only. But I'm not explaining this use case here because we didn't yet discussed about primary key, right? Primary key is one of the integrity constraint we have. Next class, now we are discussing sub languages. The next class will be on integrity constraints. There we will understand about primary key, and at that in that class, at that point of time, I will explain this use case also. For now, just remember this is the fifth use case. This is by alter command is also used to add primary key. But what is primary key, how we will use alter command to add primary key, I will explain in that particular class. Okay, so this is about alter command, and I hope it is clear. Any doubts till now?
It's clear from my side.
Okay, perfect. All right, done. Next command is truncate. Perfect. So yeah, next we have truncate command. Truncate is one command which is used to, whenever we use truncate, what will happen? It will use it to remove complete data from the table, but the structure of the table will remain same. Whenever we use truncate on any table, what will happen? Whatever data we have inside the table, that means whatever data we will get by using insert command, all that data, all that rows of data will be removed. But the structure of the table, that means whatever we got by using create command, that is table name, column names, data type, the table structure will be as it is. Okay, let me show you practically. For that, once again, I'll create employees one table. We already dropped employees one. Currently we don't have employees one table, so once again I'll create this employees one table. And okay, I'll show you later. I'm just executing this employees one. The table got created. I'm inserting the data. Okay, and I'll display the data. This is employees one table. Okay, so let me show you one more thing here. If you can see here, I'm just selecting one statement, one SQL query, one SQL statement, and I'm executing. Even we can execute multiple statements together also here. Suppose select star from employees is one SQL query, select star from employees one is another query. If I wanted to execute both queries at a time, still we can execute not only two select statements, even you know any commands together. Suppose if I wanted to you execute create command, this two commands, creating table, inserting data, selecting data, any commands, any multiple commands, if we wanted to execute at a time, we can do it. But how to do in the sense, suppose normally if I write like this and if I execute, it will throw me error, syntax error, because SQL will consider these two lines as a single query. To make SQL understand what we need to do, we need to give a semicolon at the end. Basically we have something called as delimiter. Okay, delimiter is nothing but a symbol by using which SQL will understand, that is the end of an SQL statement. Okay, I repeat, delimiter in the sense it's nothing but a symbol by using which SQL will understand that is the end of an SQL query. Okay, so by default, semicolon is a delimiter for SQL. It can be any database, MySQL, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, Oracle SQL, all the databases. By default, delimiter is semicolon only. Previously, like 5 6 years ago, after every SQL query, we need to use semicolon. That is included in the syntax. If you forget using semicolon, it will throw us syntax error. Previously, many years ago, but nowadays in all these tools, semicolon is optional actually. Okay, let me write that point in the first notes. Semicolon is optional. Okay, if we write semicolon, if we don't write semicolon also no problem. If you see till now I didn't mention semicolon anywhere. Normally I'm writing, I didn't give semicolon, right? Because it is optional. If we don't write also, it doesn't matter. But when it matters, in the sense whenever we wanted to execute multiple statements together, definitely we need to use semicolon. Then only SQL will understand this is the end of one SQL query and this is another SQL query. Okay, how many statements, if you want that many queries, you can execute at a time, but after end of each query we need to give a semicolon. Now by seeing the semicolon, it will understand this is one query and this is another query. Okay, let's see. If I'm selecting like this, I can able to get two outputs. We can just toggle like this. This is the employees data, this is employees one data, like that. Okay, so whenever we are trying to execute multiple queries, we need to definitely use a semicolon. How many we want, that many queries we can execute at a time. Okay, but semicolon is must. If I forget using semicolon, it will throw me syntax error, because it will consider two lines as a single query. It don't understand anything and it gave me syntax error. Okay, this we will call it as syntax error. If it is giving us you have an error in your SQL syntax, that means it is a syntax error. If we write any mistakes here, that is a syntax error. Okay, so right. Now let's get back to our truncate command. So to explain you, to make you understand about truncate command, I created employees one table, right? Select star from employees one. So in employees one table, observe, I'm refreshing. Now currently we are having employees table, employees one table. In employees one, I'm having 4 columns, 3 rows, right? Whenever we use truncate command, all the data whatever we have inside the table will be removed. That is, this 3 rows of the data will be removed, but the table structure in the sense this one. Okay, this column names, The structure will be as it is. Let's see. The syntax will be truncate table name. That's it. Okay. I'll say truncate table employees. It's not employees, employees one. Okay, so let me select, let's execute. It got executed. Now if I execute select star from employees one once again, it will show me a blank table. Okay, you can see whatever data we inserted inside employees one, that data is removed. Only table structure here, table structure in the sense table name will be there, column names will be there, data types will be there. Going forward we will learn about integrity constraints. All the constraints we will define on the column level only. That constraints will also be there as it is if we use truncate. I repeat, if we use truncate, table name, column name, data type name, and integrity constraints whatever we defined, only this will be remain same. Whatever data we inserted by using insert command will be removed. Okay, that is what will happen whenever we use truncate. Suppose in which scenarios we can use this, in the sense in real time definitely we will deal with big, large volumes of data, maybe 1000 rows, 2000 rows we have. Okay, in any table, let's consider I'm having employees table, or else let's consider I'm having one sales table, and my client wanted me to remove all the data whatever I'm having in the sales table, and he is giving me some new data and he wanted me to enter that new data into the same table. Okay, we have two options here. Either we can use drop command. Whenever we use drop command, the sales table will be removed completely, and then I can use create command to create the table structure, and then I can use insert command to insert the data. Either I can follow these three steps: dropping previous table, creating new table, inserting the data, or else suppose if the table structure is same table structure, no changes in the structure, column names are same, everything is same, only he wanted to remove old data and he wanted me to add new data. In that scenario, instead of following these three steps, simply I can use truncate command. By using truncate, table structure will be same, whatever data we have inside the table will be removed, and then simply I can use insert command to enter new data. Only by using two steps I can finish the work, right? No need of dropping and creating once again. Just truncate will remove my old data, table structure will be same, so that in that same table I can insert my new data. Okay, in such scenarios we can use this truncate command. It will help us to finish our work faster. How many rows we have? Also, if we have 2000 rows, 3000 rows, no problem, just by using truncate command all the rows will be removed at a time. Okay, this is about truncate.
Yeah, I have a question
Yes,
here.
yes please.
Yeah, like if client required to remove the entire data and have the structure, we can keep that. Now,
Right.
in case like if we want to keep the set of data, like can we copy same structure? Like we have one
uh,
structure, we want to keep that data as is, and we want the same structure of a new table.
Okay, so we don't want to remove that table, but same table structure you want.
Yes, like one set will be already there. Like we have, like
Okay.
suppose 2024 sale is there. So
Mm-hmm.
2024 sale data we have with the structure. Now for
Okay.
2025 we want the same structure, but not
Okay.
with
Yes.
blank
A
table.
blank table you want. You don't
Yes,
want data. Of course, we
yes.
can do that actually. Going forward, I'll explain you detailedly. We can write like this. Create table. Suppose let me create employees two table. Okay. uh, you normally what we will do within the parenthesis we will give all the column names, right? Suppose imagine, you can consider this is in two ways. Okay, you wanted to create employees two table, but without giving column names, what I can do, I can write like this: select star from employees. What I did, I'm having employees data here. Okay, I created employees two table with the same data of you can see now employees there, employees one is there, employees two is there. I created employees two with already whatever employees data is there, I just created. Now I can simply do, I can use truncate table employees two. The data will be removed, but the stable structure will be there for me as it is. This is what you are asking, right?
Yes, got it. Thank
So
you.
instead of giving the column names and data types again and again, even if we include integrity constraints, instead of defining everything again and again, we can just select the data. We are keeping this data in a new table, and later we are just removing the data inside the table so that the structure will be same. Okay. So by this you can understand two ways. Actually, we can copy the same table and we can give another another name for the table by creating like this. Okay, creating table, select data. This is the query actually. Going forward, we will use this actually in subqueries concept. But still, as you asked now, I am explaining. Not only we can even insert one table data into another table data. Everything we can see in the subqueries concept. Okay, but for now it's clear, right? This is what you asked. Perfect. Instead of again creating the table, giving the column names, defining data types, defining integrity constants, we can simply do like this. So next, this is about truncate command. Whenever we use truncate, the data inside the table will be removed. Structure of the table will be as it is. Okay, structure will be same. Next, we have rename command. Okay, last command in DDL. So rename command is actually used to rename or change table name. Okay, if you remember, to change the column name, we used alter command. To change the column name, inside alter command we used rename keyword, right? So now directly we have a rename command. By using this rename command, we can actually change the table name. Suppose the syntax will be rename table, old table name to new table name. Previously we used alter command to rename the column name. There we said alter table name, rename column, old column name to new column name, because here we are actually renaming the column. We are here we are renaming the table, so we need to say rename table, old table name to new table name. Suppose employees one table is there, I'll just try to rename that table to rename table employees 1 to EMP maybe. Okay, it got executed. Let me refresh. Now you can see EMP. I don't have employees 1 because I just renamed that table name with EMP. Okay, like that. If we wanted to change the table name, we will use rename command. And with this, we are done with DDL commands. Okay. Create drop is used to remove complete table or remove complete database. Alter command, we have 5 use cases. If you want to add any new column, remove any column, change the data type, renaming the column name, and adding a primary key, we will use alter command. Truncate in the sense complete data inside the table will be removed at a time, but the structure of the table will be as it is. Rename is a command used to rename the table name. Okay. Basically, all these 5 commands mostly talk about the structure of the table only. Okay, creating the table structure, dropping the table in the sense the table structure will be completely removed. Altering the table is all about we are trying to make some changes with the structure. If we are adding a new column, removing the column, we are just making some changes in the table structure only. Truncate also dealing with table structure. Rename, it's just about renaming the table name, but mostly all these commands talks about table structure. Next, we have DML commands, which actually talks about the data inside the table. Okay, DML in the sense data manipulation language. Okay, and we have 3 commands in it: insert, update, delete. Okay, this 3 commands talks about the data inside the table: inserting the data, updating the data, deleting the data. Okay, let's see one by one. Insert command, of course we already know, I'm not repeating. To insert the data inside the table, we will use insert command. We already saw, right? Insert into table name, values keyword, and we will just try to give the values in the same sequence of how we define column names, right? So that is about insert command, comes under DML. Next we have update command. So with the name itself, you will understand. If we wanted to make any updates in the data, we will use update command. If we wanted to change any data inside the table, if we wanted to update any data, we will use update command. So use it to make any changes in the data. For example, select star from employees. Okay, maybe by mistakenly I gave any spelling mistakes, any wrong data, and I realized I did a mistake, then I can update that data. Or else if there is any update in the salary of an employee, then we need to update it, right? So like that, if you wanted to change the data, whatever we gave by using insert command that is inside data, we can use update. Suppose for example, I wanted to change the salary of John from 55,000 to maybe 70,000. Okay, let's change John's salary here from 55,000 to 70,000. Okay, so the syntax will be update table name. Okay, set column name equals to value. Let me give, I mean, directly I'll let's see the example, then you can understand in a better way. So update table name, that is employees table I wanted to update. Set what exactly I wanted to change. I wanted to change 55,000 to 70,000. So where I'm changing here, I wanted to change the salary equals to 70,000. But if I execute like this, what will happen? Any guess? I'm just saying I wanted to update employees table. I wanted to give salary equals to 70,000.
Everything will update 70,000.
Exactly. Everything will be updated because I didn't mention that I wanted to change for John. If I didn't mention that condition, all the salary, if I'm having 1,000 rows, 2,000 rows, all the rows, the salary will be updated to 70,000. So whenever we use update command and delete command, we need to be very careful. Okay, definitely we need to give a condition, or else that change, that update or that delete will affect our complete data. It will again become a mess for us. So here I need to mention a condition that I wanted to change the salary only for John. So to give the conditions, we will use where clause. First, let me explain about where clause. We have clauses and operators concept going forward. There we will learn about where clause very detailedly. But for now, what is where clause? In the sense, whenever we wanted to give any conditions in SQL, we will give that conditions inside where clause. That is, where is used to give conditions. And accordingly, the data will be updated, deleted, or filtered. That means if I use where clause in update command, according to that condition, the data will be updated. If I use where clause in delete command, according to that condition, the data will be deleted. If I use where clause in select command, usually why we will use select command? Just to display the data. If I don't want it to display complete data, if I have any condition, if I wanted to see any particular data, then I can apply that conditions inside select command, and according to the condition, the data will be filtered. Okay, anyways, we will solve some examples going forward on this, all these three scenarios. But for now, just understand one thing: whenever we wanted to give any conditions in SQL, we will write that condition inside where clause. Okay, here what is my condition? I wanted to change the salary to 70,000 only for John, that is employee ID 3. So simply I can say where employee ID equals to 3. Now, if I execute only for employee ID 3, the salary will become 70,000. If I forget writing where clause, all the salary, all the 3 employees' salary will become 70,000. Right? So definitely, whenever we are using update and delete, we need to be careful. We should definitely use a where clause accordingly. Okay? Or else the data will be affect the complete table. Okay? Let's execute. It got executed. Now, if I check select star from employees, you can see I got 70,000, right? Like that. So let me make change in the syntax as well. Update table name, set column name equals to, value, where condition. This is the syntax. Okay. We need to write where clause, and whatever condition is there, that condition we need to give. Of course, here, instead of writing employee ID 3, I can even write employee name equals to John. If I write like that also, you know, it will be correct only. But why we will prefer to use employee ID in the sense, sometimes employee names can be same, but employee IDs will be unique all the time. In any company, if we think logically also, we have our own employee ID. Sometimes employee names can be same, right? That is the reason we don't prefer to use that column name. We will always try to use unique column names. In every table going forward in integrity constraints concept, you will get to know about primary key. In every column, in every table, all ID columns will be unique. So maximum we will try to use ID columns only inside where clause. Okay. Suppose if I have two Johns in my table, for that two rows, the data will become 70,000, right? If I write employee name equals to John, that is the reason we need to write always unique columns. That is employee ID will be unique, right? Like that. I hope it is clear.
Yes.
Perfect. Now let me give one more question here. So perfect. Give every employee 10% salary bonus and add bonus column to the employees table. This is my question. Let's see the question once again. What I'm saying, how many employees are there in my employees table? For every employee, I wanted to give 10% salary bonus and I wanted to add bonus column. We don't have bonus column for now. In employees table, we have only 4 columns. I wanted to add one more new column called as bonus, and in that bonus column, I wanted to give 10% on their salary as a bonus value. Okay, first we need to add a new column, and to add a new column, what syntax, what command we will use? Just now we saw we will use alt command, right? First, here we need to use, you know, two two concepts are there. First, we need to add a column, and in that column, we need to add the data. So first I wanted to add a bonus column. To add a new column in the already existing table, we will use alter command, and the syntax will be alter table name, that is employees, add column name bonus, data type is maybe float. Okay, alter table name, add column name, data type. Employees table, I'm adding bonus column and I'm giving float as a data type. Let me execute this. It got executed. Now we can check. I am having bonus column here. Okay. Now if I display this table, I can get to see null values in bonus column because I just added the column. I didn't give any values till now, but I wanted to give the values in the bonus column. What values I want to give? I wanted to give 10% of their salary. How much, for every employee on their salary, 10% value I wanted to give as a bonus. So now let's use update command to give that data. Update table name employees, set bonus equals to, instead of giving the value, I can give here the formula. 10% of salary, in the sense I can write this formula like 0.1 into salary, right? 0.1 into salary, in the sense from salary 10% we are taking. This is a formula, mathematical formula. So I'm using that to give the bonus. And do you think, do I need to use where clause here? No need, right? Because observe the question. I'm saying for every employee I wanted to give, and for every employee I wanted to give 10% only as a bonus. That is, the condition is same for every employee. If the condition is different, I'll mention that condition. And if I particularly want to give any employees, some employees, I need to mention where clause. But here, all the employees I wanted to give and my condition is same. So no need of condition, in the sense the formula is same here. 10% only I wanted to give, and I wanted to give for all the employees. So no need of using where clause here, because for all the employees I wanted to give the same bonus, same value as a bonus, right? That is 10% as a bonus for every employee. So without a where clause only, we need to execute this. The reason to show you this example is that every time it doesn't mean that we need to definitely use where clause in update command. Sometimes if we are updating data in all the rows, no need of using where command. Here what we did, we updated salary for only employee ID 3. That is the reason I used where clause. But here for all the employees I'm giving bonus, so no need of where clause. Without using where clause also we can use update command. Okay, it got executed. Now if I check select star from employees, it is showing me 10% of 60,000 in the sense 6,000, 10% of 75,000, 7,500, like that. It took 10% from their salary for all the employees, right? If I wanted to give only for any particular employee, then I can write where employee ID equals to 1, like that, right? So every time whenever we are using update and delete, we need to be careful. We need to think logically whether to use where clause or not, and then we need to use carefully. Okay. I think it is clear. Perfect. And let me explain you one more point here. As I said yesterday, in MySQL, we have some special security features, right? So one of the security feature here we have with the update command is safe mode option. Okay, I already turned this. I mean, I usually daily I will use this software, this workbench. That is the reason I turned off the safe mode option. But whenever you are trying this for the first time, whenever you execute update command or delete command, you will get an error stating safe mode is turned on. Okay, and we need to turn the safe mode option off. Then only it will be executed, because just now we understood here in this example, if I don't use where clause, the salary will be updated to all the rows. In real time, what is happening, we will have so many rows, like 2000 rows, 3000 rows we will have, right? Sometimes in a hurry, if we forget using where clause, all the data will be updated with the whatever value we are giving. Again, it will become really mess for us, right? Definitely we need to do something to recover the data, right? We need to use rollbacks or whatever, but it is becoming an issue in real time. So because of that reason, in MySQL they came up with a concept called as safe mode. If you use where clause, if we don't use where clause, it doesn't matter. Whenever you are using update command and delete command, it will throw us error stating safe mode is turned on. Please turn off the safe mode option and use where clause carefully. It is one of the error which is given by this MySQL, just to remind us that we are using update command, we need to be careful. Just as a caution, just to remind us, they came up with this option. I already turned off. That is the reason it worked for me. But to where that option will be there, I'll show you. Okay, so here we have, okay, edit option. In the menu bar, we have edit option. In edit, we have preferences, right? I'm just clicking on the preferences. We have SQL editor here. In that, scroll down, last option you can see save updates, rejects updates and deletes with no restrictions. By default, this will be turned on. I'm just clicking on OK. And whenever we make any changes in the settings, we need to click on the last icon here. Let me show you this one, last icon, reconnect to DBMS icon. It is not working. Maybe this pen is not working. This icon, okay, last icon. I'm just clicking here. Whenever we click on this, only the settings will be it will work actually. Okay, now I'll try to update any data. Suppose I'm trying to update employee ID equals to 2. Okay, I turned off the safe mode option. When it is turned on, whenever I'm trying to use any update command, it will throw me error. Let's check. See, it gave me error. And what is my error message? We can actually copy the error message from here. I'll paste it here and let's see. Error message is that you are using safe update mode. Just a second. This is my error message. You are using safe update mode and you tried to update a table without a where clause. Actually, I used where clause, but if I use also, it will give me the error stating without a where clause, you are using safe update. To disable safe update mode, toggle into preferences, where we have preferences in edit, preferences, SQL editor and reconnect. So the same thing. Whenever you get this error, what you need to do, you need to go to edit, preferences, SQL editor, last option, we need to turn off save updates. You need to click on OK. Definitely you should not forget to reconnect to DBMS. Then only the changes will apply. Now if we use any update command, it will work. Okay, it got updated like that. This is just an extra safety option just to remind us that we need to be careful whenever we are using update command. Okay, only here of course you can just turn this option off every time, no need of you again and again turning it off, right? Only for the first time, whenever you can able to see this error, just turn it off and you can use going forward. Okay, so this is about update command. In tomorrow's class we will continue with delete command, but I hope whatever I explained today, that is clear for you guys, right? And
Yes, Divya, it's clear today.
great. And as I said, we will continue with 7 o'clock only. Timing will be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. IST. Admin people already kept the details of registration in the Zoom chat. You can just check, or else as you attended the session, you will get a mail also from them. You can follow that process and you can get register. Okay. Tomorrow is also a demo class. Usually for every batch we'll take 3 demos. Tomorrow will be our last demo. You can attend tomorrow's demo, and after that whoever will get register for them, they will get a new Zoom link. Follow that link to connect the next class, that is on Friday. Okay,
Okay, tomorrow this link only will.
this link only will work. It's a demo only tomorrow also. Okay,
Okay, okay, that's cool. Bye.
yeah, perfect. All right, then let's meet tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.